So out of the 50,000 plus comments posted on social, I only saw a handful that even considered the possibility of a bus owner being a more aspirational position and recognizing that I am actually speaking and pouring into the ascension of black men when I said what I said. But see, no, some of y'all were too busy.
Bitch, stop the car, I gotta piss. He just ate my ass, he wanna switch. Now I'm eating his ass, eating a nigga ass, eating a nigga ass.
Now, I suspect that some of y'all are the same men that were bringing home C's and D's on your report cards, only to then be coddled by parents that said, well, that's okay, as long as you're doing your best. Well, listen, I love and believe in the excellence of black men. So no, my dear, C's and D's or any other form of mediocrity is not okay. No, I will not create a soft place for you or anybody that I love to fall comfortably into the bigotry of low expectations. So I'm gonna say one more time, there's absolutely nothing wrong with driving a bus. My mother Gloria drove one for years. But could it be that black America has been sold a narrative of average, regular, and typical being good enough for us? Well, see, that's called white supremacy.
Bitch, stop the car, I gotta piss. He just ate my ass, he wanna switch. Now I'm eating his ass, eating a nigga ass, eating a nigga ass.
And in this case, it takes the form of conditioning black Americans to happily accept being a permanent American underclass. But see, because I know the truth about black folk in America, no, average is not and will never be good enough for me. And the gag is, I don't think it's good enough for you either.
Man.
Peace to the tribe. Peace to the collective. I hope y'all doing all right, man. I hope everything is doing good, man. Got an interesting video for y'all today.
Very arrogant, very...
Give me 1 second. 1 second is all I need. Yeah, man. So, I've been wanting to do this video for a second. I just, sometimes, maybe it's just me, but sometimes I just feel real slow. And I don't be wanting to go live when I'm feeling slow. Today my mind is together. Took me some pussy poppers, got my mind right. And yeah, I want to talk about something. And before I get into this video, this is not to pick on nobody. This is not to bully anybody. This is not to make anybody feel bad. This is to really educate and inform on a serious subject that's near and dear to my heart. And that subject is mental illness and mental health. The topic that we're going to be discussing today is narcissism, and showing you what narcissism looks like in multiple forms, because I think generally we just say the person that we don't like and just call them, him or her, a narcissist. But instead of just saying I don't like that person, he was a narcissist, when you ask a lady like, well, what happened with your ex-boyfriend? He was a narcissist, as if that was the end all be all in the conversation. I want to kind of like just look at it from a basic point of view. What is narcissism? Just the understanding, and then show y'all in video form what narcissism looks like. I'm going to react to 2 videos, and we going to laugh. I'm going to trigger some people, you know what I'm saying? Hold on, let me get my sidekick that's supposed to be here giving me moral support, just in case I do what I'm supposed to do or not what I'm supposed to do. I want y'all to meet my sidekick. Her name is Sally. Once you see Sally, be like, hey Sally, how you doing? Let me just find her ass. Sally, where your ass at? Don't hide from me, girl. Here you go. All right, this is Sally. Say hi, Sally. Whenever y'all triggered, whenever I piss y'all off, Sally gonna remind y'all, hey, get your mind right. We talking about mental health and mental illness. We not talking about how Kyrie did a YouTube video to piss you off. That's not what we doing. That's not the spirit of this conversation. It's illumination and understanding, okay? So if ever you get mad, let me know you mad, and Sally will let you know. Bitch, you triggered. Calm the fuck down. Okay, relax your mind. Let your conscience be free. You're now rolling with Hood Mystic. He just talking about mental illness and mental health. So I think a lot of times when we look at mental health, when we look at mental illness, we must look at it as it being on the spectrum. I feel that everybody suffers from mental illness to a lesser or greater degree. And the problem is when you feel like you don't suffer from mental illness at all, or you just suffer from mental illness. Don't be triggered, love. Sally like, yo, we just having a conversation. We not trying to make your blood boil, okay? We not trying to make your blood boil. We not trying to get you upset. We not trying to piss you off. We talking about narcissism, but right now we're talking about the spectrum. And I feel as though we must look at all things based upon a particular spectrum, to whereas we can have the compassion and respect of our fellow brother and sister. When we feel like we are outside of mental health illness because we have a particular status or we don't have a particular status, or for whatever reason that our mental health is perfectly A1 day one, then that becomes where we become abusive to ourselves, because we do suffer to a lesser or greater degree, but abusive to others who are suffering, and you're not actually in the spirit of healing, informing, educating. You're in the spirit of judging or feeling a certain type of way. And this is a bad spirit, because in general, where is it going to lead you to? Let me tell you where this energy of bad spiritism leads you to. It leads you to death. So many times I've seen people have a negative spirit towards people, and those people die. And then it's not like they would ever get convicted for murder or nothing like that. But if we were to do it in the cosmic courts, a lot of people would be convicted for murder to this day, because energy is energy. And so the harm that we do is when we hold bad energy towards our brother and sister. So if we can kind of start to look at these things as, oh, they suffer from narcissism, I don't, this is where you're going to get into trouble. And this is my opinion. If you had the conversation from narcissism, learned about narcissism, worked through it, had the conversation about it, my fault. I missed that shit. My fault, fam. You should have let me know that you would work through it and we was past it, because last time I checked, niggas have never had the conversation about narcissism. They just experiencing it. They suffering from it, okay? But then again, what is narcissism? Because a lot of y'all gonna say that y'all baby daddy is a narcissist because he got a piece of pussy on the side, okay? Your baby daddy was a narcissist but because he told you, he yelled at you and said he tired of you wearing the same wig. Right? Now he a narcissist. Because he said, damn, I'm hungry. You don't know how to cook nothing but chicken nuggets in the oven? And you took offense to that. Now he a narcissist. No, being offended by a man do not make him a narcissist, okay? Let's be clear. Not to say that men cannot be narcissists, but we are dealing with a mental illness when we talk about narcissism. Most people are on the spectrum of, not even most people, let's just say all people are narcissists to some lesser or greater degree. Because in this world, you have to be some form of selfish. I've never seen a person just giving to just give, to just give, to just give. I've never seen that type of person. In general, people make sure they take care of themselves first. So with this mental illness, right? Because even even for 1,000,000 of years within your DNA, you were a tribal individual, right? Only in the past 500 to the past 1,000 to 500 years, and some even less, have you begin to think of, oh shit, I gotta take care of Mimi. Oh shit, I gotta take care of Tyrone. When you think like that, that is a mental illness. That is selfishness. When reality is, why would you have to think about yourself when your mom and dad bought you diapers since you were a baby, motherfucking clothed you, fed you, provided a house for you? In that space, you were not selfish. You are not a narcissist. But when you went to school and you was around all these kids, there was a triggering event of some form where you said, oh shit, I cannot act like everything is all good. I gotta be Charmaine Johnson now. But you gotta understand, kindergarten is not just a natural form of human evolution. No, it is a specific system that creates narcissists in everybody in this country. It's not like God created school. God did not create school, kindergarten, first grade, second grade, third grade. No, a German created that. Nazis created that. Okay? So when they created that, they didn't like say, okay, you see all of these people in tribes? How are we going to get them outside of their tribes? We're going to create the school so they can keep the tradition of their tribal culture. That wasn't their thought when they was giving you goddamn your bachelor's degree. Let's improve this person's life and mental health. Now they have a master's degree. No, they did that purposely so you can feel better than other people, and so you could become even more selfish, so you can rest more and deeper into your mental illness. So lesser or greater degree on the spectrum. When you're outside of the spectrum, now you feel like you can talk shit about other people. When you're selfless, now we are all one. You can't judge another person. You can't judge yourself. You just have to be so involved in whatever there is involved in. The same thing that's nourishing you, you're nourishing it, right? Next section, involving a sense of entitlement. Well, when you just feel like things should just come to you, and trust me, welcome to the spiritual community, okay? Now, because you did a love spell, you're entitled to love. Now that you did a money spell, you're entitled to money. Now that you did whatever you did, you know, you're just entitled to it. Oh, because I'm black, I'm entitled to things. Because I took a spiritual course, I'm entitled to things. Because I'm from this family, I'm entitled to things. All mental illness to a lesser or a greater degree, right? Generally, you not thinking about it might not even do you no wrong. But you ever met a Omega Sci-Fi that felt like because they was a Sigma, you know what I'm saying, you gotta kiss their ass? They putting it all in your face and things of that nature. And then there's some people a part of sorority, their whole life, you ain't never even know it. They ain't never even told you about it. You never even knew they was a part of the fucking Kappas. They didn't throw it in your face. So to a lesser or greater degree, okay? So Sally, just in case people is triggered thinking that we talking about them, thinking that they need to justify their mental illness. It's not a mental illness to care about yourself, to live in a 1-bedroom apartment all by yourself, and then create narratives in your mind of how happy you is. Because if you was truly happy, you wouldn't even have to create a narrative. Why? Because you would just be fucking happy. Oh, you in a community of people nourishing you, taking care of them, you taking care. It's all like love and communication and open and honest. You don't have that, do you? So you all alone, okay? And you're perfectly fine being alone, okay? It's not a mental illness. It's not a sickness. It's not a disease. Okay, keep telling yourself that, okay? Keep telling yourself that, and Sally, say hi, all right? A lack of empathy. This is the problem when you deal with people and you tell people what's going on with you, how they receive it in 2023 is not how you think they're receiving it. where you think that they gonna give you some support and they gonna give you some advice or just tell you they don't even know what to tell you. They just thinking that you talking about them. You ever told somebody some shit about you and they took offense to it? Hey man, I'm struggling with this gonorrhea. What you trying to say? You trying to say that I gave? Hey man, we not even getting down like we homeboys. Yeah, but why you talking about that? Because I just went to the clinic. What you trying to say? What you trying to say? Like, bruh, I ain't trying to say. I'm just trying to tell you a story. Oh, I feel like you trying to say something. Like you trying to like pull something up out of me. No, I did not have sex with your girlfriend. If you wondering why you got gonorrhea, bruh. You ain't get that from me, bruh. You ain't get, bruh. I didn't even think. That's not even what I was thinking about, bruh. Try to get some sympathy or some empathy, have somebody try to understand your plight now, you would be in a fucking fist fight in 2023 to a lesser or greater degree. Can't just be telling people your problems in 2023. They gonna take it the wrong way. What the fuck wrong with that nigga? That nigga got some weird energy. He probably got some demons attached to him. Huh? Because I paid $3.55 for gas? Oh, because you know where to get gas at for $3.19. I guess the angel's working with you, and I'm demonic. Like, bruh, I was just saying how high gas was, like, just trying to create conversation. Nah, bruh, you fucking demonic, bruh. Get the fuck away from me, bruh. Yo, weird ass. Like, bruh, you can't get nothing out of here from these people, bruh. Lack of empathy. So, you got a mama, you got a daddy right now, bruh, that you would want to be like, hey, mom, I'm going through this thing that I'm going through. And they'd be like, yeah, nigga, when you was 16 and you stole that $50 out of my purse, now you know what it feel like, don't you? Mom, I'm getting evicted. Now you know what it feel like, don't you? You just hit the lottery for $52 million. I'm just asking for 40. Yeah, you stole that $40 out of my purse when you was 16. Now you know what it feel like. Don't be mad at your mom. Don't be mad at your dad. Just understand to a lesser or a greater degree, they're on the spectrum of narcissism. Okay? And the need for admiration. For a lesser or greater degree, if I just did a video and nobody watched that shit, I would feel a certain type of way. Not because I do not suffer from mental illness. To a lesser or greater degree, guess what, guys? Not afraid to say it. We're all in this pot together. We're all boiling in this beef stew together. I can be a narcissist too. Why would I have a YouTube channel if I didn't have a need for admiration? To a lesser or greater degree. But check this out. A need for admiration is not a sign of naturalness. It's not a normal sign. Why? Because it comes from lack. It comes from being ignored. It comes from abandonment. It comes from depravity. That's when you have a need for admiration. There's people in this world that live their whole life without a YouTube channel. Peep that hot shit out. They never thought of having a YouTube channel. Fine ass, sexy ass girl, got a husband, got some kids, don't want to be admired by nobody. Because they don't suffer to a lesser or greater degree from narcissism. Just trying to show y'all the difference of how life is and how it can actually work. So, narcissism is a specific personality type. And the problem with it is when we're not able to see it, okay? When we're not able to have a viewpoint of how it shows up, how it looks like, and how it is exhibited in our relationship, bro. And one of the major points that I want to talk about, and I'm going to bring this back up again, and Sally said I need to be out for this actual part. When men is talking about women and then women double back on, nah, that ain't how it is. I need to chill because y'all not actually going on dates, paying for dates, investing time and energy. Like, so You can't like feel triggered when if I'm talking about two women or two men about women and the spirit is to help. Don't be like, well, no, not all women is like that. I speak to women all the time, but is you fucking them? No, you not. You talking to them. They telling you what you want to hear. You telling them what you want to hear. It ain't no progress being made in reference to boy-girl relationships. Maybe progress is being made on girl-girl relationships. And you know, sometimes, like, bro, sometimes I don't feel like scamming all the time. But I'm going to tell you, there's some women out here, they was born to scam you every fucking day. They wake up with the energy and the veracity and the glee. They will smile in their face and scam you their whole life. And y'all will sign up for it, stand up for it, rub their ass for it. I don't got that to do. Because I just wasn't put on this earth to scam and scam all the time. Right? Scamming every single day seems exhausting to me. Sally, you can go back for now. The psychoanalytics, or really analyzing the soul, narcissism is self-centeredness, and self-centeredness is a mental disorder. So when you in a relationship with a person, when you dating a person and you thinking all about me, all about what I'm getting out of the relationship, and you not thinking about giving into this person, you at a deficit. Now, if the person is thinking about themselves and you thinking about yourself, y'all both need to be single. But if y'all decide to be in a relationship, it should be 90% give, 10% receive. Why? Because if y'all both giving 90%, then that's what's considered a relationship. Providing a happy mutual outcome. When you self-centered in a relationship, and in general, maybe you can find a man who want to pour into you. Maybe you can find a woman who want to pour into you. But it's not going to work out. It's not going to work out. Because mental illness has a weird way of sabotaging everything that you hope for. So when you have a relationship and it don't work out, the reality is you're not really getting your psychoanalytics written down and saying, oh, this is the reason why it didn't work out. I didn't show up here. I wasn't doing this. No, that never happens. What really happens is, oh, he was a narcissist. Oh, he wasn't shit. Oh, it just didn't work out. But the reality is you were self-centered as fuck. Y'all both were self-centered as fuck. And was better off single, was better off not ever dealing with each other. Because a relationship is where you give. It's a point of being so vulnerable and knowing that you're vulnerable and having the conversations of how vulnerable you are. And then the person that you're with saying, okay, let's balance that out. Every single day. Every single day. You're balancing each other out. This is why the symbol for marriage is scales. Oh, that's tiresome. That's exhausting. Stay the fuck single. Leave people the fuck alone. Leave them alone. If you self-centered, be self-centered. Get you a 1-bedroom studio apartment and talk to the echo. Okay? Hello? 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 Is anyone there? There? I can't hear you. Hear you. Because a relationship requires you to give. A relationship requires you to heal mentally, emotionally, analyze your cycle. Not your cycle, your psycho, your soul. From failure to distinguish the self from self-centeredness arising from failure to distinguish the self from external objects, either in very young babies or as a feature of a mental disorder. Okay, so I got a couple videos that's going to explain the spectrum of narcissism, because it can show up in two ways. It can show up as grandiose narcissism. It can show up as vulnerable narcissism. Okay, and the reason why I showed y'all this spectrum is so y'all can begin to understand how either you or people in your life fall in the degree, so you can then, it's not even something that you can begin to understand or work through. It's something to know, because at a certain time you can't just be like, you're a narcissist, that's why you're acting the way that you're acting. So to be real, to be 100% honest with y'all, the only person that we could actually see narcissism in is our damn self. So as I'm showing these videos, I will hope that we can see it within ourselves and seeing how we show up. And maybe we don't have these particular things. Maybe it's people in our lives that exhibit these things, but ultimately it's just to educate, to inform, so we could be more educated, more informed in how we relate to people, and then how we relate to ourselves. Because the thing about narcissism is like, it cuts you off from the people that you love to a lesser or greater degree. Okay, so here we go.
In your face, always believes they're right, extremely assertive, can be impulsive and high risk takers, very egotistical and extremely envious of others. They can be prone to boredom, lying and cheating their way to the top. They have a sense of entitlement and believe that others are an extension of themselves. They will manipulate anything, everything, and anyone. They have an inflated ego. They will exaggerate achievements. They are manipulative. They tell countless lies. They have no respect for boundaries. They will play the victim if needed to do so. They are extremely stubborn, extremely self-centered, extremely self-righteous. Common rules don't apply to them.
What is a vulnerable narcissist? It is a narcissistic person who has a hypersensitivity to rejection, abandonment, negative emotion, to social isolation, and has a large mistrust of others. So they are narcissistic people who have turned it more inward toward, instead of, they're still seeking supply from the outside, but they've turned it more inward toward making you feel sorry for them. To play the victim, they will use and weaponize being a victim to manipulate situations. They have a primary manipulation tactic that is from the perspective and point of view of a victim.
So out of the 50,000 plus comments posted on social, I only say,
what is a vulnerable narcissist? It is
so I
Give me 1 second. Trying to see something. So in those two videos, or two little sound bites, she was talking about, they were talking about the two spectrums of what is called narcissism. And it's usually a person that is very esteemed, very smart, very powerful, and they use this position as a form of victimhood. And then another thing that they do, they begin to speak as though they are the representation of what, because I went to college, because I'm in this fraternity, because I got this position, that now I am the spokesperson for Black people and things of that nature. The issue is always really with people who are in these positions and they have this reach, and they can, reach a lot of people and implant certain ideas in their heads. And a lot of it come from these institutions that lean heavily left or lean heavily liberal. And liberal ideas is basically saying, you can be whatever you want as long as it is destructive towards the Black man in the Black family. And no matter as long as you have a nice way of talking, as long as you have a positive disposition with yourself, as long, like in this world, it's real tough and ain't nobody really mentoring a lot of people. But, because we don't have a lot of mentorship, because we don't have many places to go, where you go, everywhere you look, it's still not like embedded in the fabric of society, a men's shelter, right? That's not embedded in society, right? A black male mental health diagnosis. That's not embedded in the society. So if a man happens to become successful, a lot of times it's because he went through a lot of bullshit. He had to learn through trial and error. And what I realized later in life is that's how it's supposed to be. So young ladies, when you are dating and choosing a man, don't choose a young man. Don't date when you 21 and he 21. He got a lot of growing up to do. When you're 21, y'all ever heard, ones in the chat if you heard women mature faster than men. Have y'all ever heard that? Ones in the chat if y'all ever heard that. But they're not talking about little children, okay? They're not talking about children that's 7 or 8. They're talking about when you 19 and 20, 21, right? When you are 21, you are grown. When you are 21, you are a grown ass woman, okay? When you are 21 years old as a man, you are still a little ass boy. Y'all might go to the same school. Y'all might be in the same social circles, but you are leaps and bounds ahead of him, mature, and you ready for marriage right then and there with a man, not a boy. Because y'all already been in relationships with men that's 21. Y'all already done did that, and them relationships didn't work out. Ones in the chat, if those relationships did not work out. When y'all was young and y'all had those relationships in high school and college, are y'all still with them people today? And if it's 1 or 2 people who's still in there, I bet you the majority of people say, no, I'm not with that person no more. I don't even know where they at. I don't know where they at. You was ready, but you wasn't ready. And the problem probably was you got with a man who was not ready, did not know the requirements and responsibility for a relationship. So when y'all say dating is trash, when y'all say men are trash, y'all need to be making clear distinctions of a man who have his shit together or a man who have to grow up. Between 21 and 35, if you're dealing with a man, good fucking luck. Good luck. You know what's the secret to a relationship or a marriage? I'm going to tell y'all the secret. You can copy and paste this shit. When the man is ready to be married, guess what? He will be married. When he's not ready to be married, guess what? He not going to be ready. His mind not going to be ready. His heart not going to be ready. His spirit not going to be ready. His body not going to be ready. And you might, because you're 21, because you're 22, you're ready. You're ready. But the nigga that you chose is not ready. Okay? So, of course, if we tell everybody this and everybody know this and this is common knowledge, it's going to kill all of the men ain't shit, women ain't shit talk. We just dating at the wrong times. We choosing the wrong people to mate with. And then society says everything must be the same for it to be attractive. But when you look at quantum physics or metaphysics or physics say opposites attract. But in relationships, it should be people who have this. Y'all ever heard some shit? The person that you're in the relationship with is going to have the same interest of you. Y'all going to be basically the same person. And then you find somebody, oh, we got so much alike. Yeah, y'all both cheating on each other at the same velocity. Make it make sense. So what we're going to be reacting to is 2 videos that I kind of mixed and mashed together. And I understand that it's like Black excellence, but I'm also a spiritualist, so I understand that it's Black degradation. And when we avoid the degradation to just act like all that is the college educated, then we're doing a disservice of the image that's being paraded around the planet on exactly who we are. You think the image of Black people being paraded around the planet is that of the doctors and lawyers? No, it's the twerkers, the gangsters, the little meeches of the world. No shade, no disrespect. Most people in the country and the planet don't even know that it's a Black dentist somewhere. He went to school to be a dentist. They think we all play basketball, football, sell drugs, rap, do R&B, things of that nature. No, I work at fucking Target. So I think that whatever we've been sold on, Black people need to be so great before they find love, is narcissism. When you feel like you need to meet a man need to meet a certain requirement for you to be in a relationship with him, that's narcissism. And you like, well, no, that's my standards. This my third. But the nigga that's fucking with you don't give a fuck. Like, you ain't meeting his standards at all. You gotta understand that. And if you don't understand that, because you dealing with some form of mental illness. He meeting your standards, but you ain't meeting his, or nobody, ain't no such thing as standards. Opposites attract. The type of person that's going to make me happy, I don't have no fucking idea. I have no clue. It's not even something that I could even fathom, because opposites attract. When I'm deep in my masculine energy, I don't know what's happening on the feminine side. That's the beauty of it. But the problem in this society is that most women don't understand the beauty of femininity. They understand the beauty of masculine energy. So it is your leadership. Like, you want to be a leader. You want to be an orator. You want to have money. You want to have security. You want to have all of these things internally. And then you want your man to have the same qualities that you have. But if we was talking about metaphysics, we would be talking about how opposites attract. We wouldn't be talking about how positive energy attracts positive energy. I want a man that can match my energy. Y'all ever heard that? One's in the chat if you heard that before. I need a man that can match my whatever. I want a complete opposite energy. I want a light-skinned young chick. Oh shit, did I say that out loud? I didn't mean to say that. I was saying metaphysically, metaphorically. Metaphorically. I need somebody that can match my fly, match my money, match my this. In metaphysics, we would say opposites attract. But then again, I forgot. You was the opposite. You was the exception to the rule. In your relationship, you have found your equal. I don't want to find my equal. I want to find my opposite. I don't want to find my equal. I want to find my opposite. So let's get into reacting to this video. And let's get I ain't shit for real and I need help. This is why I'm doing videos on narcissism and mental illness and mental health. not because I'm out here not suffering from, I'm a little crazy. I'm a little nuts. So here we go.
So out of the 50,000 comments posted.
And y'all be laughing though. That'd be the bad part. Give me a second. All right. Y'all be adding fuel to the fire.
So out of the 50,000 plus comments posted on social, I only saw a handful that even considered the possibility of a bus owner being a more aspirational position and recognizing that I am actually speaking and pointing to ascension like men when I said what I said.
And this is the thing, bro. Like, why are we equating a status to relationship success or relationship happiness? If you have a image in your mind, this is why hypergamy is fucked up, because everybody want better or more. And then if we get into metaphysics, it's be grateful for everything you have, except when you talking about the nigga that I'm fucking with. Then I gotta just keep leveling up. I gotta keep doing better. I gotta get a better nigga than my last nigga. I be wanting to date down for real. I like, next time I'm gonna get me a homeless woman. I want a girl that's impressed by a goddamn 4 for 4. Shit. I don't be wanting no chick with a lot of money for real. I just like, sometimes you can be turned off, Like, y'all ever, like, sometimes niggas can get turned off. And the thing that, I don't know if it's some dudes on the chat, ones on the chat, if the number one thing that turn you off about a woman is her attitude. Like her disposition. Like, bitch, you're not even happy to see me, ever? You just never happy to see me. Like, just on GP. Like, nah. Because it's Thursday. It's the day before payday, ho. Like, just be happy to see me. What you going through now? Oh, you going through that? Okay. What you want me to do? Okay, let's do that. All right, cool. Okay, next day. What you going through now? Oh, you going through that? Okay, what you want me to do now? Okay, cool. What you going through now? Okay, I ain't doing this. Okay, all right. I'm doing this. I ain't doing that. Look, I done got me a job. I got my teeth fixed, bitch. Like, what else do you need from me? You still unhappy? Okay. You still unhappy? Okay. All right, I got a problem with you being unhappy now, bitch. Like, I don't even feel sorry for your ass no more, ho. Because you was going for sympathy when you should have been going for love. So, when I sit back and I think and I reflect and I meditate, bro, I ain't in control of nobody's fucking attitude, bro. You not about to use me being fat against me my whole life, ho. Like, what the fuck? You mad because I'm fat? Like, for real? And you know I'm going to the gym? Like, what's going on? What's happening? I'm losing weight? I ain't losing it quick enough. All right. Now, if I get chiseled and you still unhappy, I know something. When I sit back, I meditate and I reflect, bro. Your happiness is not my responsibility on no level. My status, what I accomplish in life, like, we could be working together towards something and you can be calling me for bullshit on that. But other than that, like, you judging me. And I think that when people judge you, they feel like if you was the alternative, then they would give you a different energy. But if you've been around the block long enough, you'll come to the reality that if a person was going to love you, let me tell y'all something. If a woman love you, this is a secret. Nobody knows this. I'm going to tell you. If a woman love you, she don't give a fuck what you do, what you have, who you is, what you got, what you don't got. You know how I know? Because look at penpals.com. Y'all ever been to penpals.com? It's hella niggas on there, hella women on there. And look, when you in love, you will fall in love with a damn murderer. Niggas got fucking in jail for life for murder. They got women that love them unconditionally. It's women that's doing more for a nigga in jail than your wife doing for you. And you ain't got no felonies and you got a fucking college degree. You paying her rent and y'all live in a nice ass apartment. You done bought her cars. You got credit. All types of good shit going on for you. And it's a fucking felon getting treated better than your ass. You know why? Because women don't give a fuck about the positivity that you produce. That don't create love energy. So when they present it to you, like you need to do this, you need to do that, it's not love. It's some other shit. Like love, when you study Greek and Roman mythology, love is a spirit. This is why Aphrodite, Eros are revered. This is why there's an Eros temple, because people would go to Eros temple so they could have romantic love spirits be endowed with them. Okay? Because love is very sacred. Y'all be bullheaded when y'all be like, y'all gonna force y'all way into a relationship. Y'all gonna manipulate y'all way into a relationship. Y'all gonna slash tires into a relationship. Y'all gonna break windows into a relationship. And it don't work like that. Bitch, you better do some offerings to Eros and Aphrodite and get the spirit of love into your life. Because without it, y'all be in relationships absent of love. I know that for a fact. Just by the way that y'all be talking. Y'all be in relationships purely for paying rent purposes. Purely for babysitting purposes. So you have somebody in your life to help you take care of these kids, help you pay these bills. Love, the spirit of love, y'all did no offerings to summon the love energy into your life. Let's do this, because I meant to do this and I didn't do this, and I'm going to have to do this real quick, so y'all just going to have to give me a minute. While I'm doing this, go ahead and follow my Instagram if you have. Let's do this, and then we gonna continue reacting to this video, because y'all done got me fired up. Talking about, I love him, because he helped you pay your fucking rent. Get the fuck out of here. You don't love him. You dependent on him for survival. Tell me the truth. Shame the devil. Love is not just this idea or word that y'all get thrown around. So I love studying the history of Greek mythology, Roman mythology, because it's more explanatory, it's more explicit, and it's more direct. When you study our information and our understanding, it's just, you know, straight to the point. You know what I'm saying? Like it just like basically saying that everything is physical and everything, there's no such thing as spirits. And the reality is that there are such thing as spirits, because the Greek mythology and the Greek philosophy, they didn't look at it as like, oh, them motherfucking spiritual niggas over there, they some weirdos. They was in the mystery schools. The philosophers and everybody was in the same mystery school. So when you talk about love, you're not just talking about just this general idea in reference to having a nigga that you like for, because he's under your particular spell, right? He's under your particular possession. So you'll say things like, this is my man, or this is my husband, and things of that nature, where it's more of a possession, it's more of a mental illness to a lesser or greater degree. Because in understanding love, all of these are pretty understandable. And in reference to a relationship, that relationship serves all four of those areas in reference to love. So eros is erotic, passionate love, meaning that this erotic, passionate love, it creates the children, it creates the family. And then it's philia, love for friends. So this is the love that you have for your girlfriends. This is the love that you have for your homeboys. This is the love that you have for your coworkers, things of that nature. And then it's storge, or love for your family, love for your uncles, love for your mom and dad, love for your kids. These are not the same energies. Like, this is not just a universal love. So a lot of times people say, well, you know, you got to love my kids, right? Because I love you and you love me. You got to love my kids. We a package deal. Well, you can say that and you can feel that all day long. But at the end of the day, I might not be able to stand your fucking kids. Like, I don't have storage for them. Okay. And you have to respect it. This is why, another reason why, choose wisely. You must choose wisely. It's the most important decision that you make, because in reference to the love that you would have for your children, you would hope that your husband would have for your children. Moving on. Because you can't be like, well, you're supposed to love my kids. You're supposed to love my kids. Until it's my kids. And now, like, well, you're supposed to love my kids too. But you know, that oldest one, he got a mouth. That oldest one, he be talking too much. Like, I don't know if I could love him like that, you know? But in general, we only gonna love our kids like they are kids. And everybody else not gonna love our kids like we gonna love our kids. Period, point blank, the end. And if you go into the dating market with that expectation, well, that's some form of a delusion to a lesser or greater degree. Okay? Nobody gonna love your kids more than you and the child's father. In theory, agape, the love for mankind. So this is one of the most important things to me for having a long-term relationship. You two's love for mankind. So generally, it would be a business that you two work for or work through. Y'all both, well, you have a business that your wife helps you with, or your husband, or your wife has a business that your husband helps you with. And when y'all work for y'all business, through y'all business, or a part of a business, y'all serve mankind through that love for each other, showing up for each other and showing up for each other. Because without agape, we don't have a society. We don't have a civilization. We all got stores that we love going to, getting our products, getting our supplies. And the reason that we can go to these particular stores, especially spiritual stores, is because, you know, when you have a spiritual business, you ain't in a spiritual business because it make a lot of money. Because you got a rich. I mean, some people are. I mean, let's be clear. Some people are. But for a majority of us who take up the mantle of having a spiritual business or a spiritual family business, is because we love the people and we want to provide positive things, and to a lesser or greater degree, of course. So let's get back into the reaction, because I just wanted to throw that out there, because at a certain point, having people act like they can just speak for black people and what love is and things of that nature, is like, it's very disingenuous and it's a very disheartening conversation. But I like to react to it. I like to cover things like this because I don't know. I don't know why I'm interested in stuff like this, but I am. So let's start from the beginning.
So out of the 50,000 plus comments posted on social, I only even considered the possibility of a more aspirational position, and recognizing that I am actually speaking and pouring into the ascension of black men when I said what I said. But see, no, some of y'all were too busy naming and shaming me personally and black women in general as undesirable, gold diggers, and much worse.
Bitch, stop the car, I gotta piss. He just ate my ass, he wanna switch. Now I'm eating his ass.
Now, I'm very interested in the new phenomenon. Like, I've been interested in a while, but I feel like this summer, I'm gonna really see what y'all think I'm poking fun or trying to say how low we have sunken. But I'm not even here to do that. I'm here to really flip the narratives. I'm here to figure out I'm scared. Like, I'm trying to figure out why I'm scared to experience this. Why am I so scared to get my salad tossed? And in 2023, they putting out songs about getting salad tossed and how nobody is going to date bus drivers. And it's like, what world do we live in? Like, why is people so serious about certain things and so people are so nonchalant about other things? Could it be, and this is just my theory, and y'all correct me if I'm wrong and tell me if I'm out of line, but could it be that we live in a world full of chaos and there is no specific rules? And if y'all want to wear wigs that make your forehead look smaller than it actually is and nobody can say nothing, then maybe I can start to explore what getting your salad tossed like feel like, because I don't know why I'm afraid of it. She make it sound so fun.
Eating a nigga ass. Eating a nigga ass.
Now, I suspect that some of y'all are the same men that were bringing home C's and D's on your report cards.
Now, the interesting thing what she did was black women said, we date bus drivers all the damn time, sis. What you talking about? And black women held her accountable. Women in general held her accountable. But instead of addressing the women that was holding her accountable, guess what she did? She started talking about how men got C's and D's. And let's be clear, we're not talking about bus drivers. We just talking about regular ass niggas and how when you dating, that is a crime. You got a job, you got some money, you got a little bit of money and you trying to figure it out, that's a crime. This is why it's better to spend your 20s to 35 just getting your money, figuring it out. Don't spend it, don't waste it, don't be in a relationship, don't be trying to take care of no kids, don't be trying to be nobody's stepfather. As a man from 21 to 35, just work on yourself. Because then you're going to have your bus driver job when you're 26. It's going to be like, oh, you ain't shit. You just a fucking bus driver. Like, a motherfucker going to tell you you ain't shit. You only a bus driver. But they ain't going to give you no money. They ain't going to help you pay your bills. They ain't going to even give you no fucking socks. They going to tell you you ain't shit. You a bus driver. You need to do better for yourself. Like, you not doing better for yourself. You know how hard it is to get your CDLs? You know how hard it is to drive a bus? Like, you know how responsible you are for the lives of loved ones on a daily basis. How much of, like, people appreciate your service versus a bitch that just can get on TV with a wig that make her look like Marsha Brady. And we just act like you the end all be all of what we should be listening to. And not even call it out for the narcissistic energy that she's putting out.
Only to then be coddled by parents that said, well, that's okay, as long as you're doing your best. I love and believe in the excellence of black C's and D's or any other form of mediocrity is not okay.
Like, how you want to be the upliftment of black men and that ain't even who you be dealing with in real life? Like, I had a bunch of white girls on my squad, I would be the hood mystic and I would be talking to a whole bunch of white chicks. But that ain't my, like, I date nothing but chocolate. A little bit of vanilla. like a little vanilla swirl, but then rest of it is chocolate.
No, I will not create a soft place for you or anybody that I love to fall comfortably into the bigotry of low expectations. So I'm gonna say one more time, there's absolutely nothing wrong with driving a bus. My mother Gloria drove one for years. But could it be that Black America has been sold a narrative of average, regular, and typical being good enough for us? Well, see, that's called white supremacy.
Bitch,
If that's called white supremacy, being a regular person in Maryland, all the regular black people in Maryland, all the regular people in Atlanta, all the regular black people in Dallas, all the regular black people in LA, all the regular black people in Detroit. I mean, it's a whole bunch of regular black people everywhere, just living their regular lives. But that's not good enough. That to me is crazy as shit to propagate a message that because you don't go to a liberal school and have a foundational liberal understanding, because you ain't like transforming mops into wigs, that somehow you ain't good enough. And it's probably women who absorb the energy and content and be like, you know what? She's speaking directly to me and what I need to hear. And that'd be the crazy part to me. Because the way she speaks is so affirmational and so strong. If you're not doing this, then you're not that. And it's like, why can't we just be and learn through that beingness? But I guess we are. So, is this white supremacy?
the car, I gotta piss. He just ate my ass, he wanna switch. Now I'm eating his ass. Eating his ass. Eating a nigga ass. Eating a nigga ass.
And in this case, it takes the form of conditioning Black Americans to happily accept being a permanent American underclass.
And it's like I used to think like this, you know, growing up in Ohio, where if you became a successful black person, you surrounded yourself with white people. Just growing in the Northeast period, like growing up in Massachusetts, if I grew up in Detroit my whole life, I wouldn't equate success to whiteness. You know why? Because everything that you imagine a white person to do, a black person has done it. And it's parts down south. Like it's places that you go down south. It's just like any other place in the country. The only difference is just all black people. So, and they're regular and normal. And I could be absorbing content from her. I could absorb liberal content from her depending on where I was living at a time in my life. And to say like, my greatness or my success is simply equated to whiteness. And this is the argument that she making. And this is the argument that our people sit and really deal with. But then what's crazy to me is that these millions of, like these hundreds of thousands of people in Detroit, like, I don't know, it's like people might look at Detroit and be like, oh, I would never go there. It's fucked up there. And I thought like that too until I lived here. And I'm not saying this is a place that you want to play around at, but it changed my life because I seen so many black people be normal. And I never seen it. Like just living in a world, in a society where black people is just doing normal shit. To whereas you don't feel like you're not good enough just because you black, because you live in this neighborhood. Like, or if I live in this neighborhood, I'm better now. You can be poor in Detroit and live in a poor black neighborhood. You can be middle class in Detroit and live in a middle class black neighborhood. You can be rich in Detroit and live in a rich black neighborhood. I've never seen that with my own eyes. So to see that, and I was like, damn, if I grew up here, I wouldn't have never felt like I had this chip on my shoulder to be great or to be successful, when these are just ideologies that are fed to people for, I don't even know for what reason. I don't even know why we gravitate to certain things like this when it's just so many black people doing good in this country and fine in their blackness. Like going to Maryland. Like cities and towns in Maryland that are majority black, and they're not the ghetto. They are not the hood. So these cities and towns are just not good enough. Like, I don't know. Just a weird juxtaposition and disposition to me. And maybe I'm just the weirdo.
But see, because I know the truth about black folk in America, average is not and will never be good enough for me. And the gag is, I don't either.
Every man who says he doesn't want a bad bitch is a liar. They all want bad bitches.
So now, gotta deal with this video because a lot of y'all think that everybody that's dating is dating girls like you. And the reality is we dating more of girls like this. This is more normal of the shit that we would have to deal with in dating. Because everybody is a 10 and everybody is a bad bitch. From Lizzo to Angelina Jolie to Megan Good, y'all all on the same level. So if y'all be like, well, we all ain't like this, well, majority of y'all is. If you tell a girl, you know, you look halfway decent, she gonna take it as a like you attacked her. When it's the absolute truth, she look halfway decent, but no, you gotta be like, you was a fucking 10, drop dead, gorgeous, beautiful, most beautiful girl I ever seen. Even if it ain't the truth, we gotta just sit here in this lie bubble of bad bitches and bad bitch energy. So I reviewed this video before and I got fired from my job, so I figured let's go ahead and review this video again. That's a joke, by the way. But once again, not to be mean-spirited, not to be harsh, but a lot of y'all think that this shit is normal or this shit don't happen. But yeah, this is some real normal shit, real basic shit. And I just kind of wanted to show it, react to it, into a place where young men can really avoid this type of thing, and then also young women can really, like, if these the type of dudes that you want, stop dating young men, because young men don't got it like that. They gotta get it like that. You know what I'm saying? They gotta figure it out. So the type of men that you deal with, I would go to golf courses, I would go to downtown high-end restaurants, high-end bars, places like that, go sit down, have a drink or two, and meet rich men, right? But get off of Tinder, stop hooking up with niggas your age and things of that nature, because niggas can't afford the shit that you looking for. So let's deal with it.
Just can't pull bad bitches because they don't understand what bad bitches actually want. And I'm going to tell you because I think it's cool for you to have a bad bitch. And I think it's cool for a bad bitch to have a guy who knows what a bad bitch expects of him and actually upholds those expectations.
Now, we can make fun of her, but in general, people go into relationships with expectations. And in general, the relationship is just how much of my expectations did this nigga meet or did not meet. That's what it boils down to. It don't boil down to the open and honest conversations or the preparation or the knowledge base that a person had previous to a relationship that was going to lead into having a successful long-term relationship. But when it came to your degree, you read plenty of books. You took plenty of tests. You did plenty of assignments, plenty of labs to say I have a bachelor degree and that was for 4 years of work. However, for a long-term relationship, which is going to last, depending on your age, 20 to 50 years, you haven't read not one book on the subject. In general, you have expectations of what a relationship should and shouldn't be. And when it doesn't reach it, you know, you're ready to cut somebody off. So I think that's really disconcerting. And like going into relationships with expectations rather than, I would go into relationships with skills to be successful. And I think when you go into a relationship with expectations, that's just a coping mechanism. And honestly, ladies, it's easy for y'all to have expectations in a relationship because a man's expectation is that pussy. And you know that he want that pussy. So in general, you have your list of demands. But see, the problem with this theory is that a man looks at sex as a mutual beneficial thing. So if you was dealing with a man and he happened to have sex with you, the score is 0-0. And if anything, is 1-0 his favor. Because a man's not thinking like, oh, on the spectrum, lesser or greater degree, a man's not thinking, okay, this is an equal, I now owe her something for this sex. He's thinking, she wanted this sex as bad as I wanted this sex. Right? And if you did, cool. But if you didn't, you got expectations now that he's kind of going to be looking at you weird. Like, what you mean? What you expecting something for? Because we had sex. Well, yeah, we had sex. We both benefited from that, right? We both benefited from that sex, right? No, like, I didn't even want to have sex. Oh, why you have sex with me? Because I thought that you was going to now meet my expectations. Oh, no. I'm going to go find somebody else. Right? So.
Right? It's a win-win situation. So listen, bad bitches are high maintenance. You don't want a high maintenance woman? No, just scroll. Okay? We're talking about high maintenance. We're talking about lashes done, makeup done, hair done, nails done, toes done, waxes or laser. At the bare minimum, eyebrows, upper lip, maybe facials here and there. But, a spa day, whatever. But that's what bad bitches expect. So the second you try to bring up how much maintenance her lashes are or how her nails don't need to be so fancy or
once again, what seems like normal, regular shit to some girls is pure narcissism to a psychoanalyst. Caring about how you look and then dating a man for that specific upkeep on how you look. Now you be like, well, I would never do that. Not all women are like this. Dismissing the conversation. Stand in your bubble of self-centeredness to say, well, it's not even a thing. Lack of empathy. In general, if you dating the type of woman, she not dating you for the love from her heart. Especially if you're doing all of this stuff for her. She wants somebody to help her ease the load because she got to pay for all of this shit herself. Then when she meet a dude, it's like, okay, you're supposed to help me with some of these bills. And then it's like, damn, my thing is, why don't never dawn on y'all that y'all never need to spend all of that money on that bullshit? Hair, nails, makeup, like, if it's that important to you, these hoes is doing tutorials like a motherfucker on YouTube, man. They doing tutorials out the ass. So YouTube is free. A comb is free. Get to combing, ho. Get to parting, get to braiding, do whatever the fuck you need to do. Because now we're going to talk about what men want. Say hi, Sally. Men like natural hair. Men don't like makeup. Men like saving money. Men don't like wasting money on frivolous shit. So if you like, well, I want a man that's gonna buy this and buy that and buy this and buy that. Not to say that you're not gonna find a man like that, because it is dudes out here that's just living the simp. But what y'all might understand as business and balance, y'all might see it as a man taking care of her or that, but you don't know what she put in to get that in return. Or you can get you a rich ass nigga. A nigga with it, that got it, that it ain't no thing to him type energy. And them type of dudes, they out here. You feel me? They out here. But in general, it goes back to Ebony K. Williams. Most of us is regular ass niggas. And I seen a video where a girl did her monthly maintenance bill, and that shit was $1,800. The men that y'all talking to, if it was an apartment for $1,800 a month, the men that y'all talking to can't afford that shit. And let's talk about the men that y'all really fuck with and really attracted to. Y'all not attracted to his financial status and his ability to protect and provide. Y'all attracted to his dick size. And the reason that you don't have the conscious awareness of it and had a conversation, because it has never been a fucking test that a hoe took where it said, what attracts you to men? Never have been a thing. Why? Because the men who put out the test got little ass dicks. And the administrators don't want to know why you would rather fuck with the nigga around the block versus the nigga who got the fucking money. They want you to just naturally think. They want you to naturally think that you would like a man because he can provide for you financially. These niggas want you to think that because that's all they got. But then at the same time, bro, you can meet a man that's in his masculine energy. Y'all ever went to a male stripper? You think them women don't be married to niggas? You think them women don't have boyfriends? A nigga's dick will hypnotize your girl. You crazy. You crazy if you don't think that. You crazy if you think your money is about to lock a chick in. Bandman Kevo was on DJ Academics and he said, man, the reason why I got a BBL is because, girl, I'm going to react to that video in my next video. I'm going to show y'all. He said, because these girls kept cheating on me. And Bandman Kevo, he rich. He got a lot of money. He one of the top people on OnlyFans every month. Right? He rich. Rich as shit. And the thing about a rich nigga, they ain't never kept a girl. So when you a woman and you listen to other women about dating advice and say, ooh, girl, you need a nigga with some money. That wasn't never something that y'all was ever even attracted to. So you might even get you a nigga with some money, but the only problem is you ain't attracted to him. He know you ain't attracted to him. He know girls ain't attracted to him because how you rich and single? That don't even make sense. It's like $100 bill being on the street. You probably ain't never seen $100 bill in the street because somebody done already picked it up already. That's how the world works. So the shit that get left behind is usually not worth shit at the end of the day. A good man is married. A good woman is married off the market. When you be sitting around, looking around, like, damn, I wonder why I'm so single. It's because you got work to fucking do. And if ain't nobody gonna tell you this, you're gonna keep looking around wondering where's Mr. Right at. Walking right past your ass. Cause you ain't never read a book on becoming a better woman or a better wife or even recognizing what a man want. Personally insulted by what he's saying. As opposed to say, well, this is his preference and this is what he likes. And I'm not going to accommodate. But really be insulted or triggered. Sally, you can go away. Let's continue.
How she doesn't have to spend all her money on new clothes. Just know that bad bitch instantly lost interest in you because you're trying to change her right away before you even have her, which is just not a good sign, okay? So again, if you're gonna try to insult her appearance or you want her to change how she looks or dim herself down for you, then she's not for you, all right? Okay, on to the next point. Don't demean yourself either. Don't be like, oh, I'm not worthy of you. Oh, you're too bad for me. Like, you know, here and there as a confidence boost is cool. But if you're constantly talking down on yourself and reminding the bad bitch that you don't deserve to be with her, then why would she stay with you? Why would she stay with you? Because what differentiates a bad bitch from a non-bad bitch is the girl who says, oh no, don't worry, honey, you're so fantastic. And the girl who says, ew, why are you even thinking about yourself like that? Why would you even say that? Okay? So that's 2. And lastly, just know that it's not all about the money because the bad bitch already has the money to uphold herself.
If it's survival that you use as a tool to make yourself more attractive, you're only going to attract people who will use you for survival. So when men flex money, we want somebody that is going to depend on us for money so we can have a relationship. I don't think women you make a lot of money. A man would desire and request that you like me for money. A woman, on the other hand, doesn't say, I hope that you like me for money. So when you are using money as a thing of like, I have my own money to support myself. Having your own money is having your own money. But dating and being relatable to a man is inconsequential to the money that you have. Unless you want to play it like a man, then you start tricking. You start spending that money on that nigga. You start taking him out. You start getting his hair cut. You start taking him shopping. You tell that nigga, I own you. You my bitch. Call me daddy. You know what niggas do? I own you. You my bitch. Call me daddy. This is how men express masculine energy, and women like it. They go for it. The only thing is, when y'all do it, man's not gonna like it. He's not gonna be like, oh yeah, okay, daddy. Unless you a sugar mama, you gotta be able to hold the energy. Like, you gotta say, I got money. I'm out to trick on these niggas. I'm about to go to the bar tonight. I'm about to buy a nigga a drink. I'm gonna get him tipsy. I'm gonna take him to my fucking hotel room, and I'm gonna fuck the shit out of this nigga, right? That's how you gotta handle it if you a woman and you got money. If you got money and you got a job, when you get paid, you gotta be like, where the niggas at? I'm about to, like, cause that's what niggas do when we get money. When we get money, we about to trick that shit off. Where the hoes at? So I think that men view money differently. Men view money as a way of expressing love, in a way of like letting you know that I'm going to provide for you, protect you, and to be honest, it's a way of possessing. Like, I think men use money as a way of possessing, and it's like it's, you know, sometimes a man can have money and spend all of his money on a girl, like spend his rent money on a girl. Like, men get taxes, first thing they think about is finding a girl to spend that money on. And I'm saying, like, can you mentally and emotionally handle making a lot of money and tricking it off on your nigga? Like, just be doing that shit all the time, every day. And to me, that's like real, like, that's real icky. Like, I don't know, that look weird to me. Like, I'm about to fucking trick off on this nigga. Like, what you doing? I'm working, about to get paid and buy this nigga some Jordan, some shit. Like, who would raise their daughter like that? Like, I wouldn't never do no shit like that. But I mean, in this society, we tell everybody that they need money, and everybody feel like money is the justification for positive relationships, whether they have it or they're receiving it. And really, the reason why I'm talking about this mental health shit is just because, like, people can have money and still struggle in their relationships. People can be broke and still struggle in their relationships. Hell, people can be broke. I bet you your best relationship was probably when you was broke. I bet you the person that you love the most and care about the most, money wasn't even an issue. Because love is hormonal. Love is a spirit. And it's like, damn, I wish I could have that person back. You probably let that person go, got your life together, and you're like, damn, if I could have this mindset in this person, I would be happy. But you can't even probably call that person or get in contact with that person. That person probably went on, got married, had a baby with somebody else. Because love is a spirit. Love has to be cultivated. So where you be like, well, this is just wretched. This don't have nothing to do with spirituality. And then y'all be so spiritual and they never had no fucking sloppy head. Trust me, if I live in a world where I'm just so spiritual and I'm not getting no sloppy head, cut me out of that shit. I don't want nothing to do with nothing spiritual that y'all talking about, where y'all not talking about, different sexual positions. Okay? I'm spiritual, but I'm also fucking physical. And in my physical life, I like the sloppy toppy. Sorry.
Out you, okay? So if you're gonna enter her life, be prepared to add more than just money, okay? Be prepared to add comfort. Be prepared to add a safe space for her to express her feelings. Be prepared to support her trying on new things for you, trying on new hairstyles, new makeup. If she's a content creator, doesn't matter. Even if she's not a content creator, if she wants to take pictures for Instagram, you take those pictures for her. Support that bad bitch, because that's how she's gonna stay with you. Otherwise, she's gonna leave you. Like I left my ex, and now he has to cry and watch his bad bitch make TikToks on TikTok, make videos.
I'm sure he crying for other reasons, but I saw this video and I thought about it, how, like, in general, when you dating and you meeting chicks, like, in general, and like just every normal, like, more than likely you gonna meet a girl and she gonna be like, I want you to do this, I want you to do that, I want you to do this, I want you to do that. And then if you like, well, I want you to do this, now she pulling out her knife, calling her brother, saying you a piece of shit nigga, and You know what I'm saying? You ain't worth shit, and who is you to talk to women like this and all this type of weird shit. And all you said was you had all of these had real life expectations of all of this shit that you wanted me to do. And in real life, you ain't think that you had to do shit. You don't gotta do nothing. And y'all think like this girl is crazy and out of line and out of pocket. But it's the majority of women you in a relationship with gonna think that you need to do everything. And if you ain't doing everything, you ain't shit. She need to get counseling. She need to get a reading. She need to talk to somebody cause what's going on, girl? My nigga is just not shit. What's wrong, girl? He just don't be doing shit I want him to do. I be having all of these expectations and he don't never meet none of them. He just ain't shit. I can't stand him. Okay, girl. All right. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just the reality. That's just the way it is. All right, but what did you do, girl? What you mean? I went to work. I was working for 40 hours and then he want me to come home and be nice to him. Do we know I had to work? I'm tired. I'm too tired to be kind to him. I'm too tired to suck his dick. I had to work 40 hours. He want me to work 40 hours and then want to suck his dick and give him some sex. I'm too tired to suck his dick. He ain't do nothing that I wanted him to do. Like, okay. This is every single relationship. Until I had this live on Goddess Ayana's channel. I was on her panel and it was interesting. I think I said like a total of 10 words. I really pissed her off. You know what I'm saying? Because she asked the question, why do men want to marry women and then something? And I'm like, because the girl you marry is not the girl that you get once you marry her. And she got so mad and she kicked me off the live and everything. And I realized like that's the truth. But the truth is gonna make you hoes mad. I don't know why. I don't know why y'all can be in a relationship with a man and hate him and seethe against him and just feel like you mad and never even check yourself of be like, bitch, what the fuck is wrong with me? Am I going crazy? Why don't I just go pick some flowers? Or why don't I just change my mindset? No, let me carry this resentment and remorse towards this man, the father of my children. And never hold yourself back or hold yourself accountable and be like, well, he didn't meet my expectations and I got a reason to be this angry. This is just normal shit. And so we could look at the lady on the videos, these ladies on the videos, and think like, oh, all women ain't like this. All women ain't like this, as a justification of thinking that you ain't like that. And I feel like when you said, like, if y'all said like this dude had killed people and y'all said men are murderers, I wouldn't say, well, all men ain't murderers. Because that's dismissive and disingenuous to the conversation. I would be trying to figure out a solution as to why are men murderers and mass murderers. What do we need to do to stop men from murdering people, thinking that they can solve their problems through gun violence? I wouldn't dismiss the idea that men aren't violent. This is why if y'all ever heard me or if y'all ever heard a young woman, I'd be like, well, until you get to know that man, don't be alone in public with that man because you don't even know. You never know about a man. You should never trust a man to be alone with a man. I just told this young woman earlier, she was telling me about, you know, how a guy wanted to hang out and he was just inviting her over to his house to hang out. And she was like, you know, I don't see nothing wrong with it. Why can't a man invite you over his house? I was like, what was y'all trying to do there? She was like, I wasn't trying to do nothing. I was just going to go over there and watch a movie and just hang out. I said, bitch, you crazy. That nigga, he inviting you over his house because he want to fuck. And you either want to fuck him or you don't want to fuck him. Do you want to fuck him? No, I don't want to fuck him. I just want to hang out. Well, don't go over to his damn house. Don't go over to his house, his apartment, or nothing. When I was a young boy, when I was 16, a man told me, any woman that I invite over my house, she is fucking. And I don't know. I don't know if everybody know that about men. I'm saying this to say, men are very predatory. Men are not something that you need to play around with. But at the same time, don't be thinking that you some fucking angel or some fucking innocent, dove that's just out here expecting everything out of a nigga that's working at Burger King because you attracted to him and because he can't support your lifestyle. You need to hold some type of resentment towards him, and you ain't even dating the right type of nigga. So I would say all of our frustration, all of our resentment, all of our negative energy is a result of a lack of information. That's what I would say. So what would be the purpose of this video? To just inform people in case they didn't know. Some women actually don't know that if you go over to a man's house, that the implication is sex, because they so deep into their ego of thinking that because they so special, right? No. I can go over his house and just chill. That's my friend. That's my buddy. But if you ask other people, they'll tell you the same shit that I'm telling you. So with that being said, man, this was just a little reaction video. This was something on my mind, something on my heart, things I was just talking about. I did this video a couple of days ago. One of my supervisors found it. They fired me from my job at the goddamn sausage making patty place, whatever. I was making sausage patties on the side, to support my 4 children. And of course they fired me because of my views towards, wig wearing hoes and things of that nature. They said, you can't be calling women wig wearing hoes. We got to let you go. Human resources, blah, 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 blah. Right? So with that being said, man, help me support my 4 small children. If I showed you, y'all would think, if I showed you them, y'all would think they was like Africa homeless kids and things of that nature. But I don't need that much sympathy. I just need a couple of dollars. Could Mystic 38 support the channel, support me, because, your ass laughed in a world where these bitches was going to hit you with some doom and gloom. Spiritual niggas was going to hit you with some mumbo jumbo rhetoric. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers was going to tell you to meditate. You know what I'm saying? Subconscious mind and shit like that. And you was going to hear the same old shit, but you clicked this video and you heard some different information. Besides, all you got to do is buy my shit and you will feel better. I did not hit y'all with nothing like that this whole video. I went outside the spiritual box and talked about shit outside the spiritual box. Ooh, I'm spooky. But because of that, hit the cash app. You understand? Good Mystic 38. Give me $2. Hopefully it add up to $40 so I can take your baby mama on a nice expensive date by the river in the back alley. Get some sloppy toppy. With that being said, man, y'all have a wonderful weekend. I'll be back with some more spiritual mumbo jumbo very shortly. But with that being said, man, y'all enjoy the weekend. Enjoy this Friday. Enjoy y'all families. And have the conversation with your loved ones. Stop manipulating people. Stop expecting things from your baby daddy. And when you don't meet your expectations, use that as fuel to your fire of rage. We need to have love in our relationships over boys and girls being mad to each other because they don't have no game. They don't understand their ideal partner. They just out here having niggas calling them saying, hey baby, you sexy and things of that nature. And now they in a relationship and don't know what the fuck they're doing it. Deal with your mental illness, deal with your mental health. It'll put you in a position to have a successful relationship. And that's why I do these videos, so people can have some type of understanding about these types of things, so they don't be a fucking target in the dating world. They'll actually be a fucking marksman. So with that being said, y'all have a great day. Peace to you and your families. And I'll see y'all in the next video. Follow me on IG too. The link is right here.